Hi, I'm Brandon Naidu. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in San Diego, California. I want to talk to you guys today about state versus federal crimes. There are a lot of crimes that can be charged either at the state level or at the federal level. The most typical type of crimes that we see are drug crimes. These are crimes where the federal government has the ability to get involved and take the case away from the state and prosecute it at the federal level. Typically, these are drug crimes involving transportation of drugs that have come either from another state or from across an international border, such as the Mexican border, which is only 20, 30 miles south of us from here. The federal government charges crimes much differently than how the state government charges drug crimes. For example, the federal government has what we call sentencing guidelines, and these sentencing guidelines determine how much time potentially a person can do in federal prison for a drug crime. And the amount of time that the federal government usually imposes is far larger than the crimes that the state of California will charge. There's typically a 10-year mandatory minimum for anyone charged with a drug crime in federal court. It is also possible for a state case to be filed against somebody and start the process of prosecution, starting to go to trial, and the federal government steps in and takes the case away from the state and puts it into federal court. We recently had a case just like that involving fentanyl and distribution of fentanyl that led to the death of the user of fentanyl. Because of that, the federal government took over the case where that person is now facing a 20-year mandatory minimum when in state court they were only facing about a maximum of 7 years in prison. So it's very important that when you're talking with a criminal defense attorney, make sure that they are licensed in both state and federal court and have the experience to be able to represent you in both. Call us today, 619-577-0868.